All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, traders. It's Wednesday, September 24th, and we're a few minutes past the 9:30 open. And I want to kind of check this out here. Just sat down a few minutes slower than usual this morning. My bias is mixed. The higher time frames are bullish. However, our medium time frames, 1 hour and 4 hour, have changed the state of delivery and been pushing down into discount, which is what we want to see. I just need to figure out if so here we have London low swept. We are having SMT building up. Here's midnight open. First presented fair value gaps. We have the regular trading hour gap filled. And then here at 9:30, we had this stop hunt right there. Cool. I'm okay with this not confirming anything. Gives me a few more minutes to kind of get my bearings here. My alarm didn't go off this morning. I don't know why it wasn't turned on, and wasn't quite what I was hoping for this morning. But let's take a look around and see. So here the 1 hour came into this sell side imbalance, closed above consequent encroachment, but then this 1 hour candle stop hunted the 2 a.m. or we're on the 4 hour, excuse me. So now take a look at this. All right, dropping down to the 1 hour. Same thing, closed above consequent encroachment of this SIBI here. Let's take a look here at this lowest BISI. So this is a buy side imbalance. It got inverted again, and let's see what's going on here. So we tapped into a 1 hour gap. On NQ. On ES, there's some gaps down in here. 1 and 2 and a volume imbalance. We'll just combine them. Some relative equal highs up here on ES. And time-wise, it is 9:40, so we're outside of the 9:20 to 9:40 macro. So here on the 15, tapped into the new week opening gap, the new day opening gap, cleared liquidity. We cleared London lows. So here we are on the daily chart. Looks like we're in a little bit of a consolidation. This candle closing below this one, forming a bit of liquidity down in here. Looks like YM pushing up here. Be curious to see if it closes above that fair value gap right there. You're on NQ. Kind of zooming in a little bit. I'm just going to try to clean this up just a little bit, see if we got. So here we have this fair value gap, this volume imbalance. Bearish SMT or bullish SMT, volume imbalance. Four-hour stop hunted this candle right there. Oops. I'm gonna measure this price leg. So equilibrium is also 50% of this range right there. So zooming out a little bit on the more weekly perspective, it's prices come back down into the new week opening gap, 12 a.m. Sunday. Look at these relative equal highs right up in here. Could be leaving them for later. Equal lows right there. We have 13 minutes on this 1 hour candle. So here we have a 15-minute bearish breaker. We have SMT on both sides. I find myself a little mixed here. I think, obviously we are in a bullish market. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Part of the question is this a short-term reversal to come back down for mitigating some of these imbalances? I think that's the question. And that's for me is always a bit of a tough spot because I don't like calling tops. Obviously, we have a 4-hour change in state of delivery, which is significant. But I feel like I need a little more info. Not saying I can't take a trade, but I think before I'm concrete in my bias, which I don't want to be concrete, I just want to have an idea and a narrative. I think I need a little more info before I'm going to want to short a ton. Now YM is over here doing a stop hunt to this high. Looking back here at the 1-minute chart. Not the cleanest delivery here in this macro. Midnight open is this line right there. Asia low coming for that right there. We have the first presented for value gap. We have the regular trading hours gap. I'm going to clean those up a little bit here. Turn on my SMT indicator. And we're just gonna wait. That's my whole process is just looking for levels of interest and waiting for the model to appear there. So here we have Asia low was taken, heading down into the previous day low. And these lines here are quadrants on the daily rejection block wick. And also we have a gold buck low and an extension level similarly in line with those levels right there. So Asia low is a level I'm interested in, but there's no inefficiencies like a 4-hour, 1-hour fair value gap that line up with that. At this point, it's pushing so far away from Asia low. Get YM's finally starting to turn around and follow ES and NQ. Is there no SMT down here? Not at the moment. So here it looks like it wants to close above that inversion. After taking all that liquidity. So here, didn't take the previous day low. I would like to see that. But we are finding sensitivity on the upper quadrant of that daily wick. And if I'm not mistaken, there's still no SMT. Wait, right here. I think we got this right there. So there is SMT down in here, tapped into this 15-minute. But is there a reason for it to go higher? We have equal highs up there. Which I want to be bearish because of this 15-minute breaker right there. But now we flipped midnight open. Here on the 1 hour, we have taken a tailless candle. So here we have a bit of a volume imbalance right there. That didn't end up being a gap at all. We're getting a consolidation right there. There's a volume imbalance right there. Tapped into that. So there's 91 ticks, which equals 45 per micro. Really, I could tighten that up, I think, to be like that. So we have 1 minute left on this 4-hour candle. Same thing, the 1-hour candle. And closing down in here would to me mean more potential for more continuation. There's an order block right here into a fair value gap. Oh, I was on the other screen without you. Candle did not close above the volume imbalance right there. All right, we got a new 1-hour candle. I'd really like to see it tap into this tailless candle. I'm feeling like this is the Judas down. I could be totally wrong. Could be totally wrong. It's starting to build some trend line liquidity down in here, a little more than I'd like to see, but it's not always perfect. Only thing that's bugging me out is this previous day low being right there. Equal lows right down in here. Oh, showing you the wrong chart. Equal lows right down in here. Flipped Asia. So it was above Asia, London, and then now we're flipping it right there. So the 1 hour has created a bearish breaker. With an inversion. All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna go in light, assuming some more bullish delivery, and I'm a little mixed on this for sure. So that's like ridiculously low risk. But let's see. Oh, shoot. How did I do sell? Okay. Okay. I just sold two. Alrighty. That was a bonehead move. I am apparently not awake at all. So here's a breaker inside the macro. And I'm off sides, it looks like. If it's going to form an inversion right there. All right, looks like it's coming from my stop. Yo, what's up, Wildberries? What's going on, brother? Were you long or are you short? Oh, thanks, brother. I just did a bonehead move. I accidentally sold when I meant to long, and then re-entered as a long, and I don't think I'm on sides. You got baited and you're sidelined? Bummer. Looks like I'm about to be stopped out sidelines too. And I see everything in reverse now too. But I'm gonna log out if this stops me out. I think all right, so I'm out. I'm out. It's baiting you short. Yeah, this is tough. I'm not totally confident on bullish delivery. But it presented my model and I took it. Only problem was I flubbed it up. So wise to sit on our hands at the moment, I guess. I gave it a shot. I was going for this long here. It's just not wanting to move. And so for me, like looking at the 15-minute, you know, it just formed this bearish breaker, closed below the midnight open, new day opening gap, but it came down for this liquidity here, which in a bullish market, you know, it can tap that and keep going. The problem is though, we have the previous day low right there, and is that not a 1 hour tailless candle, but so this for me, it was like, man, I really wanted to see it take the previous day low. You're predicting a push up to the new day opening gap right there, and then short from there. Yeah, this breaker never had a retest. This breaker did. So here the 4-hour closed below this candle here. We got an order block tapped into this fair value gap. But at the same time, like, look at these lows. It's what it keeps doing. So is today the day that it's going to take out these lows? Maybe. Man, it's getting some sideways price action, which it's a no news Wednesday. So we got the one-sided delivery already. Is it going to keep going one-sided? So we're just flipping this inversion left and right. And is it going to go without me now? All right, closed above. So you saw the long too. Yeah, that's if this is long and I am on sides, we are on sides. That was a bit of a mean stop, which I would have normally done down here, but the way I messed up the trade and re-entered, it was too big of a risk for what I was interested in at the moment. I mean, I guess it's relative. I could have totally done that. I just didn't want to risk more because my max risk is $200 on a trade for this account, and what was that, $90 right there? So sure, I totally could have put it down there, but the way I normally would play it is with this fair value gap, the inversion, and then I go with the close, the body below that candle. Sometimes if it's feeling a little dicey, I might go to the swings. But I'm not totally sure at this point. We have a tailless candle here. It keeps making tailless candles on the sell side, like it's baiting people to go short, or like it's gonna go short. I just can't believe the bonehead thing that I did. I don't know why it's not showing my executions. Oh, I'm logged out. I logged myself out, but the execution marks haven't been showing up. But on this candle here, I went to long and I accidentally shorted, and I'm sitting here watching my P&L go negative, and I'm like sitting here trying to figure out. I'm like, well, I'm on side. Why is my P&L going negative? And I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, I shorted instead of longed. But that was enough. I got to be careful with my words. I have a bit of a sailor mouth, and means I stutter a little bit because I was going to say something, but it messed with me. It messed with me. And look at this, run into the target. So 2R. Where was it originally? Somewhere right there. I'm super curious to see what happens. One thing I've noticed in the past, oops, why is this flipping around? I'm in the wrong spot. There we go. Hang on. Is if the order flow is changing to be bearish, that's where I tend to get screwed a lot. I'll be offsides for like 3 or 4 days in a row. I don't tend to play it both ways as well. I tend to play with the trend a little better. But I'm seeing these equal highs up in here. But it is not wanting to move. Look at that. Just going sideways. It did this yesterday too. It would make these nice pumpy candles and then go sideways. So pump, sideways, pump, sideways. And not that that's not semi-normal, but this is not clean order flow, right? We're not seeing cleanliness in between the distribution legs. So looking here at 9:30, there's a breaker, couple right there's a breaker, a stop hunt. Not of any significant level though for me. I don't think I could have shorted that. I mean, I guess there's a 15-minute gap right here. So that would be like a continuation play as opposed to a reversal play. Boy, oh boy, inversions are getting inverted. Clean this up a little bit. Look at that, it perfectly tapped into the gold block low. Bounced off of that. Doesn't want to flip the midnight open. Still building liquidity down in here. Oops, right here's what I was showing, the gold block low. Look at that. Perfectly tapped into that in conjunction with the 25%, the daily rejection block. You're gonna soup 813. I'm just still sitting here sidelined. Clean this up, zoom it out. So 5-minute, we got a bit of a consolidation here. 5-minute did form an inversion. It keeps getting flipped. But I don't think I'm gonna put another attempt in today. I'm curious to see what happens a little bit, but I think my spidey senses is telling me I need to be careful. If this is starting to roll over, I'm gonna be off sides for a little while. So just with the bearish nature, I didn't have a short. Like, I'm okay with taking a short that's good. But dang, like, I feel like the trade keeps happening before I'm even up. Right here at the 7 o'clock. I guess I'm up for 7. Or that's 7 New York. No, I'm not up for that because we're on a 5-minute chart. 7-6, that's 5. That's me being ready to go on the charts at 5 a.m. my time. Wonder what other people are doing. I'm not seeing much. Twitter is quiet. Looks like Charmaine took the long. Oh, he was on a paper though. What's up, Giga Chad? How you doing, man? You gotten in any trades today, Matt? I'm just looking around, seeing what other people are doing. Not too much in the Twitter sphere. So, quiet on the internet. We got this consolidation here happening. I'm logged out. I took a loss. I took 2 losses actually. One was an accidental trade. I accidentally pressed the sell instead of the buy, opening up a position in the wrong direction. Closed that, and then entered on this breaker, closed above this breaker right there, and stopped me out right there. So we shall see if it plays out or not, but I think we have no news today. It's potential for more one-sided delivery, but I gave it a shot. I was just seeing this previous day low down in here not being tapped. That's kind of like suspect. And where are you at in your trading, Chad? If you haven't taken any trades today. I know Wildberry's slow. I don't know why. My executions aren't showing. Nasty Naz, right? Looks like Chris Postal shorted 930. I wonder why he said there's no reason to go higher. I see what he's saying with the potential for one-sided delivery, but for me, seeing equal highs, that's suspect. Just gonna reload this page. Or I'm gonna stay on the page, save my layout. Inside trading candles, it's gonna be one side. There we go, executions. And there's the delivery. Now it's all off. That's interesting. So here we did have SMT. You feel dumb? Why is that? Looking at the 15 after the fact? What about it? We'll pull up the 15. So for me, I saw this bearish breaker, but I was expecting it to fail. What'd you see? Oops, I was over here. I was expecting a retest of midnight, taking this liquidity, and I was expecting continuation to all these equal highs. But were you seeing it short wild berries? Because if so, you were on sides. Oh, the 1 minute's teasing me. I need to hurry up and log off. All right, so breaker, IFVG, 2 mics, approximately 100. I think it was 90 risk. Oops. All right, so we had there, I'm looking at a high, my high probability target was equal highs, session, all-time high. We were inside a macro, I believe. Yep. Let's see here. Just looking around trying to see. All right. Just kind of documenting my trade here. Okay. So I'm really curious to see what happens. We're obviously in a consolidation range going sideways. It's not sure what it wants to do. We're on a no news Wednesday. Looks like Chris Postal shorted 930 again. See what Chris Postal thinks in the chat or in the Discord. He's saying no reason to go higher, so I wanted to ask him about that. He's definitely, gosh, I've seen him get really good this year. See if we can pop that over here, clean up the trade a little bit. So there we go. There's my day. We got anything else I want to note? I guess I'm curious to see if what happens if this consolidates and breaks up to the upside, target hit or not. So I'm gonna wait a little longer before I screenshot that. And we're in the 1040 macro. Just ended recently. I feel like Like this week's I've been off this week. Monday was a no trades. I didn't see anything. Tuesday was a partial loss, just flat out offsides. And I'm curious what the result for today is. Like, was this a legit attempt and onsides, or was this just flat out wrong and offsides? Zooming out here, look at maybe the 1 hour. I guess it's kind of a little bit of a PD array salad. So like here's this inversion, here's this volume imbalance. Yeah, stop hunt to the sell side down here. Yeah, I thought that candle was tailless, which it nearly is. And that was one of my reasons for entering, was this 1 hour candle I thought was tailless, making me think it's not going to come for this. Liquidity right down in here. So we got a bit of a PD array salad. And maybe that was a signal. This 1 hour candle is just a compression candle. We still have this imbalance up in here. So even if I take this one away, it kind of is a 1 hour PD array salad. I missed that. Oh, you want to stop hunt to the buy side. Gotcha. So for today, I was anticipating some means of retracement and then some more bullish delivery. So that's a mess. See why it's not going anywhere. It also doesn't want to just dump, which I'm surprised. There's that gap right there. So here, this 15-minute breaker from yesterday came back down to 4.5 standard deviations. So that felt like to me a good reversal zone, which it did, but never formed another. Well, there's a breaker right there. It's just a lower time frame breaker. So I'm just talking out loud at this point. Or, well, no, that's not a lower low right there. So here, this price leg does not have the opportunity to have a breaker, at least on this time frame, until right there, here. So yeah, I mean, for me, I want to drink more coffee. Maybe that's why I screwed up this morning. And I feel like London's been making the lower the high of the day a lot lately. Be curious to go back and look at that. So yesterday, London high of the day. Day before, London low of the day. Day before, London low of the day. Day before, London low of the day. So this one is not London low of the day, but it's London low for the morning, because I don't only trade until about noon. And then obviously New York PM low of the day. Here this day is London high of the day, because I would have... Wow, this is wild. London low of the day. That's like 7 out of 7 or more. London low of the day. So here 9:30. This was Monday. This was a news day. I remember this one. Stop hunt down here. It would have been London low of the day without that stop hunt. I think there was SMT down there. So here would be London, still London low right there. New York high of the day. London high of the day. New York lunch reversal. London low of the day. New York, high of the day. That's like 85% of the days have been London high or low of the day. All right, friends, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to go get some coffee and breakfast and all that other stuff since it's just going sideways. No point. No point. But I'll catch you in the Discord, Wildberries. Take care, brother.